Morning everybody, and how are you? My name's Iris Smith and I'm the owner of a small business called The Flower Patch. And at The Flower Patch I make beautiful artificial flower arrangements from door wreaths, door swags, things for the home decor, things for your garden decor, weddings, sympathy tributes, bespoke arrangements, things for your business and much more. Well, today guys, I hope you've all had a good day yesterday. I sure did. And thanks for all your messages concerning the witch's legs. I still, when I look at it, have a little bit of a giggle. I'm a bit of a child at heart and silly, but you may as well be jolly in life. Right, today I've decided as well, again, I'm doing a lot of these videos not just for all of you, you know, as I would. The one particular person, Mrs. Wilson, again, who I've mentioned in many of my videos, is wanting to learn how to do flower arrangements because she's considering taking it on board and starting it herself. And she wants to know how to make certain designs. So we've done the crescent, we've done the wreath, the full wreath, we've done the asymmetrical, we've done the symmetrical, and today, and obviously we've done bits. I mean, we've got yet to do a swag. I'm not sure if Mrs. Wilson's seen the swags, how to do them. Maybe you have. And then also today I'm going to do another wreath, but it's a spruce one, and where I've just fluffed it all up, and we're going to add on some Deco mesh. So I've got two colours. I've got the lilac, and then I've got like a very light tanny cream colour, which go lovely together. I've used some of these because I don't want a lot and overpowering it with this in it, so I'm only going to have bits of it. But I wanted to show what you had, that you could use Deco mesh not just on a wired frame. You can also use them on, you know, a wreath what's made out from spruce, and you can also put them in grapevine wreaths by using pipe cleaners to place through, or cable ties to hold in your mesh. So that's what we're going to do today. You know what, guys, I've not even thought about a bow. See, and I'm looking at the purples and that, and I don't know whether to do a bow. I'll get some ribbon out, but I'm not saying I'm going to do a bow. If I do, it may just be a small one. And I'm just going to get, I think, I'm going to do it differently today, I think. Let's have a look. I may use all of those. With us using Deco mesh, I thought we'd have the Deco web in the deep purple. There's a bit of lilac on that one left. I've got the woven, the webbing in the lilac, and also I've got a full silk wide ribbon in the ombre look. So if we do, we may just do one loop of each, and then that may be it, with a bit of a streamer. So, and I'm going to bring the camera down, but first of all I want to go through what we've got. Now, I've just picked random things out. I've held them in my hand, how I do when I go around looking in my buckets, and I thought, well, these, you know, I don't, with it's not a very big wreath. It's only, I think when you fluff it out, it comes to 16 inch, but I think the ring is actually 12 inch. So we're going to use, with us, taking in consideration the colour of the web, the Deco mesh, sorry. So let me just bring these down. My cat's not here yet, so I don't know where he is. But we've got some of this. It was on a bunch, and I placed them on single picks because it goes further. So it looks a bit like tarrogan. I can't remember what the exact name is from the wholesalers that I got. I know where I got them, but I can't remember the name they call them. But we've got those with the lilac-y grey, and they're like a look slightly waxy feeling. I've got out some little gerberas in a tanny colour to go with the tan on the Deco mesh. So I've got those. I've also got out, I'm not saying I'm going to use these, but some, you see, I don't know what, they look like the acer plant, but I've got them in brown and I've got them in a peach. So I'm not sure which one I'd use. I think it may be the brown to go with, or the brown and cream, because it's a double tone, you know, two-tone colour. So I've got those, and they are the acer plant. You know, the trees you get, the Japanese acers. I've also got, for movement, guys, I've got out 2 bunches. I may only just use one of my calla lilies, my wispy bits. I tell you, my signature style always has to have wispy bits or twiggy bits as well. I've also got out some beautiful little roses because the wreath isn't big. And these are lilac with a darker tone of purple in it. You can see around the centre, just slight, like a grey purple, which are lovely. So I've got those. Now I've got these out. I may use these. I don't know. Oh, what are they? Maidenhead, not maidenhair, maidenhead. So fern. So I'm gonna maybe add the odd ones of those in a bit. You know, these are rubbery texture, so that gives a different texture to the acers, which are spiky and coarse. I've also got some of these. They're a little bit like a coral colour, but I thought they would look lovely against that and the purple as well. I think they look pretty. So I've got just a couple of stems of those. I haven't overloaded my worktop today. I've cut off in advance, instead of bringing the big stems, some of my favourite foliage, which is my eucalyptus silver dollar. This and ruscus is my utmost favourite. And I've got some little baby eucalyptus. I thought we could add a smaller one. This is plastic, very good for outside. It's slightly waxed as well, like a coating on it. And we've got some of that also. I've also decided to get out my fiddlehead fern. I've ordered some more of this. So I want to probably add that as a movement around the edging also, to give it that lovely movement. Now I've got these out. I wanted to add in some more white. Now I can't remember what these are called, guys. But I've got those out to place in, and I thought they would add also something different. And I've got grasses with a little bit of fern in bits. I've got bits of pink, deeper red and green mixed all together in that little bunch, because that's all I've got left out of all of them that I had. I had loads of these. So again, for movement, wispy, airy, and they would look lovely as well. And they are also slightly flocked or waxed with a dusty feeling to them. And then last of all, I've got these spiky ferns that I thought I could take off and put on picks and then add those around as well. So that is all we have got today, guys. Not much, not like I usually do. I usually cover my workbench in it. I think it's because I'm prepared in case Marley comes. So first of all, what we're going to do, I'm going to bring the camera down, and we're going you all and Mrs. Wilson can see how I attach the Deco mesh to the spruce wreath, which you can get Deco mesh anywhere, guys. Wholesalers, you can get them off Amazon, Temu, Shein, if you're in America, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, you know, places like that, Amazon or eBay, anywhere, really anywhere. And your own florist, if you've got your own floristry wholesalers, they'll more than likely have them as well. So Let me just bring down our camera. So I'm going to get it so you can see there. You won't be able to see me properly, but who cares? It's all about the project and have fun. Oh, and I've got these out. I've got 3. I thought with them being brown, I may put 3 on just to give something different to add to it. Some cones, pine cones, and I thought I'll get 3 out. And then obviously my coffee. Which I mustn't forget. Right. First of all, I'm going to do, and I've got my rotary cutter. Again, you can get these anywhere as well. And I'm just going to take this end off because it's frayed. I have to be careful because sometimes with these having the, oh, what do you call it? These silver bit lines in it, they sometimes pull. So what I'm going to do, I do it this way, wrong way. I'm going to go to, now I usually go to 20 inch. So yeah, we're going to go to 20 still. So I'll look for 20 on my mat, which I always look at it as these circles here. So, and we're going to cut. I used to burn them off, but it used to take some time. Because we're going to fold them under each other, so then if any fraying occurs, then it won't affect the look of the arrangement because they will be tucked in nicely. So to start with, I'm going to just do 5 of each. I might do 5, or I may do 7 of each. And this mat that I've got, that I'm cutting it on, is a self-healing mat. You can use a rotary blade on and it will just, any cuts, self-heal itself. So, yes. I could do with a bigger one if I'm being quite honest, guys. So that's 4. And I just roll them up to the side. I saw some Deco mesh that I'd seen that I like for Halloween, and I think I'm going to get some. Five. 2 more of this colour. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight, guys. You just follow the line the best you can. 6 and 7. So that's 7 of those. If I need any more, we'll cut some more. Right, now we'll use the purple. I like this one, the one without the foiled lines in. This, it's better quality, this one, I find. It seems to be thicker. Place that there. Because I wanted to use this roll up, the purple. So what better time? Sometimes if I've got a bigger wreath, I will use more, cut more down because I'm going to need more. But on this one, it's only a 12-inch, so it's not extremely big. I hope I've got enough of this, because this is my last roll of it. I've seen people who've got those little, to place these on and do it, a stand. But I don't do a lot of them to need a stand. Again, because here in the UK, they're not as popular. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I may just get 2 out of here, guys. Oh, no, no. Just 1. Oh, my goodness. Oh, well, we'll work with what we've got. Doesn't matter. It's another thing I tend to say, you know, whatever you've got, you work with. There's not enough, I don't think, to do another one. No. So we'll place that in there. So it doesn't matter, guys. No panicking. The way to combat that is, where there may be a gap from that, you place a bow in its position instead. So we'll start with the brown or tan. So what I'm going to do, just move those there. As you can see, it's rolled over in its natural position as it was on the roll. So that's good, because then the fraying bit can go inside. So I turn it over, it's usually twice, like that, fold it over twice, and then gather my fingers up to the top, and just where the top is, turn that one over as well, and then grab it in my fingers. So then you have that effect. So then all I do with that is get one of these spruce leaves. Instead of a Chanel stick or pipe cleaner, I use the spruce leaf, place it on and just wrap it around once, because that's all I need. Like so. Then I'll get a purple and do the same with the purple. Or lilac, I call it purple. Turn it over twice, then walk my fingers up in the center to near the top, turn those over like twice, and then gather it with my thumb and finger, and again we have that. So then we'll place this one, and then I turn it upside down, and then we'll place this one and do the same. Turn the spruce around it, and that will hold it in lovely. I keep bits of spruce hanging out because I want to attach my florals and foliage and things like that. And I place them going that way. Sometimes I place them, if I show you, let me just do this one. Walk my fingers up through the center. Just turn that over. Sometimes I place them like so. In fact, no, I want it there because we've got elements I want to stick in. So then I grab another Chanel, not a Chanel stick. Where am I getting this from? Spruce. Wrap that around. Fluff it up. It doesn't matter if it overlaps, you know. If you don't want it overlapping, just tuck it under a bit more. Do the same. If I move that so you can see a minute, it's like that. Turn it over a couple of times to keep that centerpiece in. Walk your fingers up through the center, turn that one at the top over a couple of times, and then grab it with your thumb and finger. Because not everybody has the frames to do, you know, deco mesh on, or if you haven't got one but yet you've got a spruce wreath, you know, use that, or again a grapevine wreath. I'm placing cable ties instead. Anything really, or if floral wire, if you've got floral wire, and that'll help you. See, that's just naturally rolling over itself. You can do, you don't have to have this length deco mesh. You can have, I also use smaller ones, a 6-inch, this is a 10-inch. You can get tall, longer ones, 25-inch I've had before. And it makes it better because you can, with these spruce being wired, you can manipulate it and move them, you know, into certain areas, make it more fluffy. We may not even need all of these guys. I'm looking for the spruce that's in the center, because you've got 3, one in the middle, one at near the center, one there, and then one on the outer side. I always go for the spruce that's in the middle of those. And again, I will bring up the spruce in it as we go along. You just go under it. It's really easy. And by adding this on it, it fluffs it up a bit more and gives it a bit more volume, as well as making it look nice. Just do that one again, guys, because I've not turned it over enough. Seems like we've had plenty, guys. I should have just cut 5. I had a feeling it was 5, but I just wanted to back myself up. But never mind. I could just add those in for something. And then this one in here. So that's all there is to do on this. let me just get that. I can see a thread. I don't want that sticking out. So then just now move it around on how you like it to sit. You know, fluff it up, bring some of my spruce through. Because I'm going to be placing things on there as well. Like so. So doesn't that look pretty? And look how fluffy it looks. I mean, I've got two of those and one of those. Would I want to? No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to spoil it. Put those over there. Oops, gone on the floor. So if I want to place a bow, I think I'd place one around here. So let's try a small bow. Oh my good gracious me. And I'm going to do it by hand. Because I'm only doing one loop of it all. Oops, that wasn't very clever. There we go. So I'm going to have, let's have a look. That, or like that. Now this is where I tend to move things around to see where they look best. I don't want those, mind you, those two look quite nice next to each other. So if I do it that. Let's have a look. No, we're going to do it like that. So we're going to have, all I'm going to do now is just measure my bit of my tail end, because I want the tail ends at the bottom. I don't want any at the top. So I want to have at least a 12-inch tail end. Pinch it where I do it. And then we're going to do, let's see, do we do a 6? Yeah, we'll do a 6-inch loop, so 12-inch on your mat. And then I'm just going to hang that down. I don't want a busy bow. Just want to do a minimal one. And I get this purple Deco web. This tends to stick. 12-inch. Place that there. 12-inch, so it's a 6-inch loop. Pinch it in the centre and then cut. I cut the Deco web on an angle because I don't want it to fray. Then we get this 12-inch again. Bring that there. Oops, it's come out of the centre. Then 12-inch again for the loop. Pinch in the centre. And then finally our other Deco web. Inch streamer. Bring that in. 12-inch for a 6-inch loop. And then cut that like so. So that we've only got just that, and it's a small, it's barely going to be seen. I don't mind that. In fact, I may do another one of these ombre ones. 12-inch streamer, so I've got it on the opposite side. get my cable tie, go around, and I'm pulling tight straight away. And the reason I'm pulling tight is because I'm going to attach this around one of the spruce. So we've got those hanging like so. So it's very simple. It's just, you know, a little bit nice and effective. It's not too much. Just gives that soft feeling. So now I'm going to just dovetail the silk ribbon. I may cut these shorter. It all depends on how long they are when they're on the wreath. Let's just check that they're cut. Yeah. So that is them. So then I cut off the cable tie at the back because we don't want that. Let's just get these all fastened back up. I could have actually added a brown of some sort, just to give that brown on it as well. I have to sort that one out. Do I place one on? Let me just have a look. I could. I had a little one, but I've got just a tiny bit left. I may use that. Yeah. Even though I've placed on my cable tie, I've got this left off of a roll. I may just have these as a streamer, just because they curl like that. It's got no wiring, guys, but that's how it comes off. Because it's wrapped around the reel, it's naturally got ringlets. So let's just get that. And I may just place that there and then get, oopsie daisy, a bit of floral wire. You just and just go through the center with it, bring it around the back, the floral wire, and just twist the bow, just to hold that little bit of brown on, just to give it. There's something in the bow that we've, like the Deco mesh that we're using. Cut it, just make sure it's done. Again, I think they may, some of these streamers may be slightly a bit long. But that is all we're doing for our bow. Something simple, it's not too much. And then we're going to attach it onto our arrangement. So I'm going to get this and place it here around one of the spruces again. Let's get the spruce. Go from in the middle, under, and then just fluff up how you'd like it. I think we may cut some of these. We don't want them all that long, really. So we're going to just snip that like so. So then that is your just your little bow added on the end. So it blends in. There's not too much going off. I haven't done it big. I've done it so it's, you know, using the Deco web to go with the Deco mesh, and that's how it is, making it subtle. So they are our wreath ready. You can either leave it like this, guys, if you just want the Deco web, Deco mesh on and a bow. You can leave it like that if that's how you prefer. So now we're going to be placing on our foliage. Again, I'm going to start with my eucalyptus, and I may cut these down and place on picks. I think I may. I've got a couple of oddments here, so I like the colour of this because it does go with anything. It's like a bluey tint to it, and it's lovely. So now what I'm going to do, where's my, oh, they're here. I'm going to take some of these off the main stem and place on picks. So I'll just dip my pick in the glue pan or put a bit on. There's a bit of glue that's come out at the bottom. I wipe that off. I've got a mixture of colour of the silver dollar. I've chopped off 2 different bunches. Silly me. This is a lighter green, so I'll have to go and get a bunch now, guys, because I don't like to use different. It's just me being funny. I'll place those as oddments in the bucket. Just pull some off. I don't cut the stem unless I've cleared it of all the eucalyptus. If I don't use that, then I will keep that as that. Oh, I've been on another walk this morning with Benji. I'm going to my neighbour's on Saturday. She's having another little party, bit of fun. So that will be good. Right, we'll just use those for now. And I'm going to cut them. And what we're going to do with these, I'm bringing them on the outside. So as you can see here, I am gluing them to the spruce. So I'm going where the framing is, like so, and gluing it in. And I'm just going to go all the way around. I'm going after every deco mesh that I've done, I'm placing one. Let's just cut these down. Oh, Karen, and I'm so glad that you've received your conifer and you like it. Oh, and thank you to the lady who told me about going for ribbon when I said we don't get much option. To USA to UK wreaths. I have gone on their site before and ordered. I actually had a look at it last night after the lady messaged me and went back on it to have a quick look to see if I fancied anything. Oops, missed it there. So I'm just bringing these round, as you can see, round the edge. And once you start building up with your foliage, you can start then gluing things on top of other stems that you've placed in. And then one again under the bow. I don't like to forget the bow. I always like to include it because it is part of it. So as you can see, we have gone around with our eucalyptus, which looks really pretty already. So I don't need that, so we'll place that on the floor. And now I want to incorporate my fiddlehead fern. Now I love this. For the movement, I love it. So we've only got, I don't know how many we've got on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, great. So we'll use all of these. And it's the movement, guys, the swirly fern. I love it. If you think that that's too, you don't get really a lot of stem on there, which you only get about ½ an inch, you can pull that off and put it on a pick. But because I'm placing it on the spruce, that will act as foliage on the inner side. So I'm leaving that on. I'm doing the same thing. Let's start from here again. And I'm going where I've just placed the eucalyptus. So because I've got 7, I can't go in every one. So it'll be then one here. Oops, I've wiped the glue off. And then one there again. So I'm basically missing one and then placing one. So I may not need all 7 of these. And then I'm just opening them up. And it's missed the purple and then go here. Oops, the daisy. And then under my bow, I will place one. as well. Oh, it does catch. So there is our fiddlehead fern with our movement around our edge. I don't know about those now. Now I've got one left. Oh, I'll save that. I won't use it. So I'm going to, now these are on paperback. I don't want them as one bunch. I want them individually. So I will pull off. And when you pull these ones off, they just show the wire underneath. And I'm just going to shorten that wire because it curls over. And I'm going to use that stem, that little stem, to attach. I will pull that last one off to give me a longer piece of stem to place in. And now I'm going to place these in between the fiddlehead fern. So it's got a different texture. Let's take them all off. How many have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll take 6 off at the moment. And what I'm going to do is pull the bottom one off. Like so. And if you want, you can save this little leaf you've pulled off here, and so you can just glue it onto your deco mesh in areas around to add to it, if that's what you like to do. Well guys, if you can hear that noise, it's my cat running around on the roof. So now let's stick these again in between the fiddlehead fern. Like so. And this is acting, I don't need that one. And I haven't particularly picked, because it's a pastel colour mesh, so I haven't particularly picked dark foliage. I want to stick to the light coloured foliage. I have to look because they've got a front and a back on these. And I'm sticking these on top of the stem of the eucalyptus. So I'm attaching them to that. So I'm still going to place one with these, even though this has got one there. I just want to add the same foliage there. So that is now that all around added in. So I've got a spare one of those. I may bring some of those in the centre. Now let's have a look at these. I'm not going to use long pieces of these. I may actually have them on single stems. So I will just move that out of the way. Oh, I've got a spider, look. It's come to join me. If Marley was here, he'd play with that and he'd torment it till it was shattered. He's like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to start with. Right, I've got small little stems here that I've cut off. They're perfect length. If I can get it in, there we go. Wipe the glue off. don't like the glue on. Oh, it feels weird not being able to go to the choir, guys, because the choir where we practice, it is in a school. And because the schools have closed for the summer, well, the children are not at school because of the summer holidays. That means the school's closed, so we can't practice. So we have to abide by the rules of the school. So then we have to have 6 weeks off of doing the choir. But the lady, my musical director, is doing a workshop, basically, which is where you don't have to go. You're not, bound to it because you're a choir member. It's just a choice. If you want to learn a bit more, like technique, rhythm, listening, for certain things to do with music, and obviously when to come in on certain places and understand the music, reading music, things like that. I mean, I can read music, not perfect. I'm not, exactly brilliant at it, but I can read it enough to know what notes they are and what things mean. There's some things I don't understand. But as I've got on and been in the choir a while, I've learnt new things. It's just, I've learnt a lot when I did my private lessons, but it's now, I want to learn a bit more, so she's going to help. Right, I'm going to place these acers on the purple because they're brown. If I place them there, they would be lost. So I want them here so you'd see. And I'm just coming in a little bit with them so you see them on top. So that's all I'm doing. So wherever there's purple deco mesh, I will place with that, lifting them up. So I'm not placing them flat, I'm bringing them at an angle like that so it gives it volume. So I want this colour to counteract from the colour of the deco mesh. I don't want it to be invisible while it's on the, on the brownie coloured one. So again, I'm lifting it. I'm just placing it on the spruce that's holding the deco mesh. Placing it in at an angle. That's got a bend in the stem. And then I've got one more I'm going to bring here. What do I bring? I'll bring that down at the bottom. I don't want to spoil. That. So that can be hung. So that is our acer planting. I don't want a lot of that. I've got our spiky fern. I want to bring in as well. So again, these are going to have to go on picks. I haven't prepared everything, guys. I just want to show you what you can do, with things that you've got. That you can pull apart and you can go further. You haven't got to have it as a full stem. Right, I'm going to cut that in half so I can use that bit on this one. Again, wiping the glue off. I just cut those in half. I like to have things where you can pull them off the stem. There's some things you know what, aren't, you're not able to do that, but I do like to be able to pull things off, because I find it saves on money, you know, by being able to go further. And then if you've only got 1-2 bunches of something and you don't really want to use it all up because you want to use it for something else, then take it apart like I am and let it go, make it go further by placing it on single stems. It will just look just as effective as being as one full bunch. So because I've placed those on the purple, I'm now going to place these on the brown, because they're green and they will be seen. So they go on the brown Deco mesh, like so. And these will give movement as well. I always bring some, you know, bring the foliage and things like that inwards as well, because once you start placing your florals on, you need something, I think anyway, to like foliage and that to be with your florals. So now, oh, I've just done that one. I'm going to place that one there with that. Hello, good morning still. Oh my goodness. You want me, Mama Cuppa? Oh, you are kind. Thanks, George. So again, on here, where the brown is, let's just lift that brown Deco mesh up a bit so we can see it. Like so. And then one more here. And that's all I'm doing, is just placing it on that spruce that's attached to the Deco mesh. That's all I'm doing, guys. So now you have that effect. Doesn't that look pretty? So I don't need that one. I've got another one here, don't need that one. Again, I'm doing all my foliage and everything before I place in my floral. And if I wish to place in more foliage in here, I may get some bits of filler foliage and add those in. But I do have these that I've cut down to come in, because I don't really want to spoil what I'm using. I want to keep within the theme. I don't want to add oddments of bits and things like that. So I've got the grass. Now it's a case of which colour do I use. I think, because it's like a purpley red, I don't know, we'll have a look in a minute if the deeper one will give it off some, or if it'll be, I haven't got much of the light one, it's a shame, so it can't be the light pink, which is that would have looked better, but I've only got that one. Oh, I must find out where I got these from. So I could bring the darker ones if I'm using those, or what about the green? Let's have a look. I think the green, if I'm being quite honest, guys. And I want to go in between then the eucalyptus, but underneath the brown. If I've got enough, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right, yeah. So I use the green, and that fills it a bit more on the underside, because there's something around the purple. I just want to, you know, fill it up basically. So we'll use these. And what I'm going to do with these is go under and attach to underneath the brown Deco mesh. So basically it's giving off a little bit more filling up around these gaps in between our eucalyptus. I hope you can see. I'll ask my son if you can see to look through the camera. I hope I haven't done all of this and you can't see. So I'm going under the brown again, attaching it there. Jordan, can you see what I'm doing through camera? Oh, that's good then. Thank you. You got anything planned today? No. No? Didn't think so. So I'm going under there as well. And then one more. The guys at work have put him on a shift to where he's just had a week off of work. So he's then he's gone back for over the weekend, and then they've not placed him on. Not the weekend. Monday, Tuesday, it's been at work, and he's got Wednesday. He had Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday off, and he's back at work Saturday, and then all next week he's got another week off because he's booked in holidays. You have to use your holidays, otherwise, if you don't, then they become void. So you have a certain length of time to get them used. So that now is with our grassy type foliage around the side. So now I'm going to use these little eucalyptus, baby eucalyptus. And I may have to chop these down. I just left some of them at a certain length. And I'm wanting to bring now things in so they're not just pointing outwards. I want to bring things in on the inner side as well. So I've got enough. Oh goodness. I just want to see whether I should do it. I think what I'm going to do, let's see. Yes, they look better smaller. So because we're near the inner side. So now I've just placed those there. So I'm going to place on the stem here a few pointing inwards. Right. Oh, I thought one's popped off. So let's glue that back on. So we'll get these, and again I'm doing it where the brown is. And this is on the inner side, and then I'm going to bring some on the outside. Like so. I just wanted to bring some. I've got one there. Some on the inside because I don't like to leave the inside bare. I like to see something around that as well. Right, the longer ones, do I place? Yes, how many have I got? 1, 2. Oh, I've only got 3 now. Oh well, I'll have to do the smaller ones. I'm going to place on the purple here. You see, you can't put these on picks unless you take them off individually. So we'll place coming this way towards myself. So I've got some going inwards, and on the purple ones I'm bringing them outwards. And I'm sticking these again, these foliage on other bits of foliage as well. I've got one. Yeah, it's there. So that is now that I could. Do I place one there? No. So that's that done. I find these really great because if you need to get something done really quickly, they're easier to just place in, and it's a bit quicker. You know, I'm not saying that grapevine wreaths don't look beautiful. They do look beautiful. You know, I like doing anything, guys. Anything I love doing. But I find these, when it comes to doing things quicker, these are quicker than the grapevines because you're just sticking them on to another stem. You haven't got to push them in or anything, or sticking them onto your deco mesh or anything like that. And that's what I like about it. Now I have this. And that would go on the brown, and I would bring some of that out from the sides as well. So we're going to have to cut 4, 5, 6, 1, 2. Yeah, I've got enough. I don't have to cut it to a new stem. So what I'm going to do with this, on the outside, I'm going to place where the brown is. So what I'm going to do is just glue it under there, if I can see, so it sticks slightly out. So let me cut all these at a certain length. There we go. So I'm going to place now on the brown, and I'm explaining like on the brown, meaning the deco mesh, so you can see that how it balances out and how I'm placing it. I mean, I don't want to just say, oh, I'm going to stick that there, I'm going to place that there. I want you to see that I'm placing it there because that colour bounces off of the brown. If I placed it on the purple, it would slightly become invisible. By putting it where the opposite of the colour, you know, for the lighter colours, for it to bounce off, then you will notice it. The eye will spot it. So that is what we're doing. And then I'm going to bring some on the brown on the top as well. So I'm going underneath the deco mesh, so it's got a bit of length on the outside and also a little bit of colour. I always take into consideration bringing colour, not just around the centre. Bring it outside, you know, add it with others. Make it bounce off another colour. Doesn't matter if you've got something there, you know, it bounces off of things. So I tend to try and place something that's not the same colour or shade, unless it's darker or something, with the same colour of something else, like purple on purple. Unless you're just doing a solid purple arrangement, I like to let colours bounce off of each other. So now I brought those there, I'll show you with this one. I will cut this smaller, and I'm doing it on the brown again, and I'm just going to stick that basically upright, so it's not vertical, it's not horizontal, it's not diagonal, it's vertical, so it's lifting it and giving it volume, so when it's on the wall it's sticking out and looks more filled and full. So that is what I do. You know, what you can do to bring volume into your arrangements. So again, where the brown is, I'm going vertical. So it's lifted it, made it chunkier, fuller, more volume. And it's bringing that colour to bounce off of the browns. So and again, I'm only sticking them onto other stems. So there you have it on the inside now. Doesn't that look pretty? Let's take all those out. I don't need those now. So we've completed ourselves with those. Right, I've got one of these. I want to take these off of this stem. I don't want a bunch. I don't want this. And again, I'm going to put these on picks. And what I want to do with these, where the purple is now, bring them there in between. So then the white will bounce from the purple. And it brings it alive, and it brings the arrangement alive by placing something brighter or darker against the shade of what you've got there. I don't want to try and cover everything, you know, by placing the same colour on, like purple on purple, brown on browns, because then you're just allowing your, I mean, if I placed brown on brown but it was a light brown and then a dark brown, then that would be noticed. But the light brown that I've got here for the acer, it would suffocate within the arrangement. You wouldn't spot it. And that's why then you decide to place it on the other colour that you have. How many have I got? 1, 2, 3, 5. I want one more. 6. So I don't want that. So there we have those. Isn't it fun? I quite like doing the Deco mesh. Mind you, I like doing everything, guys. I'm not fussy. So now on the purple, we go vertical again. So I'm not you know, having it at an angle because I want that fullness. I'm not making the arrangement compact as in where you can't see things. I want things to be recognised. So to do that, you can't place in something which will bounce off of each other for the contrast. So purple again vertical. I don't need any more, so we'll save that one then. Didn't need to take that one off. So that is those now placed in. Doesn't that look lovely? And that is just without our floral really in. We haven't got that around to that bit yet. So now we are on our floral, guys. I want the white around the outside for our movement, so we'll keep that. Now them, let's have a look. So the purple, and this goes again, the purple rose looks slightly hidden, you know, and it's drowning with the other purple. So this purple will then go on the brown. And now the tan coloured gerberas would then sit on the purple, so then it would be more recognised, you know, to the eye than having that rose there. So we'll put on our gerberas. Well, let me have a drink of my coffee so it don't go cold. And just by having that Deco mesh in it, that adds to it as well. So I could either bring that vertical, which I think I will again, and place them there like so. I'm going to place these all in the center area. Like there. And then on this purple. And then here. And then here. So you've got those then around. I could, if I move that, do I place another one and have 6? So I've got it there where the roses are. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do it where the ribbon is. And place one there above the ribbon as well. So then you have that effect. Doesn't that look pretty? How wonderful. How it's like really subtle and calming in its, you know, the colours. So that's that. So now on to our roses. So now our roses will go further out. They won't sit at the same level here. I don't want to ring. I want to bring these on the brown, but slightly further out. So it becomes a zigzag. So it's in, out, in, out, in, out, and so on. So then you've got that zigzag effect with, you know, your flowers. So we'll do that as well. So I've cut these stems slightly longer because I want them for the length. And I'm placing these on the brown. So they're coming, and I'm leaning these outwards. Like so. I want them like that. I'm just putting a little bend on so they look like they're drooping over, which will add a little bit to it so it looks like it's going outwards. So I'm creating that zigzag effect, as you can see, as we go out. In, out, in, out. And you just droop the head slightly so it looks like it's tilting. And then on the brown again. And I'm attaching these to stems. You can attach them to the Deco mesh or onto other stems. And do the same here. There's a brown there. So then that is your purple roses added in as well around, as you can see. So we don't need those. Right, so now we have these. Now these are just a slightly different shade. They're more of a coral colour. But the reason I've chose these is because just something to place in. And now these can be placed with the browns or the purple. But just something to jump away, you know, out at you when you see. But these are going on the outer side. So if I just cut that one off, I'll probably place them on their own picks. Let me just see which I find better. I'm going to place them in between the purple and the brown on the outside. I could place them here, but I like movement. I don't like too much of a cluster. I like airy arrangements. So unless somebody specifically says, and then I may want to bring the odd one in around here as well. So I think we'll take these off and I'll place them on my own picks again. So I'm going to do the inside first and go in here first. And you'll see what I mean. Because it's a deeper tone to the purple and this browny tan colour, you'll spot it. You know, it's not going to drown within any of the colours. So I've got something slightly darker out for that reason. Unless, again, you know, like I say, if you're doing it for a customer and they specifically don't want that, they just want the pastels, then that's fine too. They're all pretty in their own way. One, two, three, four, five. So I'll bring those in. To the inside. So again, I'm cutting these shorter. And I'm doing what I'm going to do on the outside on the inside. So I'm placing them between the purple and the brown. So we'll go there, just so it's in and it doesn't look too odd. Let me cut these down to the size I need them. Saves me keep picking up my clippers. So I do the same here, purple and the brown. And they just add that little extra touch. You don't have to have them all flat down. You know, you can lift them up like so, just to give it that nice little extra touch. I always say, guys, oops, I played that on the same spot. I always like to say, when you have a certain, you know, a bigger floral head like the roses and the gerberas, always incorporate a smaller, a tinier flower head, because then that bounces off of the bigger ones as well. So as you can see, I brought those in the center as well, and that is what it does. It looks lovely without looking like too much of a ring, because they're airy, so they're little and they're not bigger head like the gerberas, so it wouldn't look like I've placed a ring around the center. So now I'm going to do the same thing but on the outer side. I may have to get another bunch of those. Let me just grab another one, guys. Oops, let's see. And again, you can still see our deco mesh. So, because sometimes, you know, I do arrangements where they ask for deco mesh, but then it's hidden, you know, with everything that they'd like in it. You know, it's their choice, but sometimes I do like to see it. I thought from doing the Halloween one yesterday, we'd do a nice, bright, cheerful, sunny one. This could be an all year round one, guys. You know, the colours aren't a seasonal colour. You know, like you get reds for Christmas and oranges and blacks and purples and that for Halloween. This isn't a seasonal one. It's an all year round arrangement where you could have it inside or outside. It's entirely up to you. I think I'd like it outside. I'd like to show it off. I'll just have a drink. And again, we could still place those in. So I've put 3 in the centre. I've placed them in as well because they look nice with them being brown. Right, let's cut these. So now I'm doing the same, and these are going in between the purple and the brown deco mesh on the outside. So there's your brown, there's your purple. So I'm going to go under here and have them like that. So they're hanging over the sides like so. And you don't have to just put a certain amount. If you want to put more than what there is in, you know, then you can. So purple and brown. I'm sticking it to the spruce or some stems that are in there. Purple and brown. And that's another good thing, you know, with you having other stems in, you stick it to them. Purple, brown. So I'm bringing some of this colour downwards as well. Yeah, I'm going to need more. Purple, brown. Purple, brown. So that is them. Now on the outer side, doesn't that look pretty? All around the sides look like that, and then your top piece like so. So they are done. So now we've got our wispy calla lilies. I'm going to place that on. It's just fell off. And these I'm bringing on the outside. These are push-ups, my favourite. So we're going to cut 1, 2, 3. Oh, that one's a bit thin, so I'm not going to use that one. So with these are my favourites. Oh, and with them being white as well, they will bounce off from the purple and the browns. So we're going to cut those to a certain length. And what I'm going to do with these, I'm going to place just like so. Put a bit of length on them, which will add nicely, and they will go lovely around the edge. Let's just cut them all down. Oh, my dear friend Audrey in Phoenix, New York, she uses these. And this is just our movement, our lovely little movement. And I love these because they're so tiny, guys. And it's the free movement of them that I like. How they just move. It's lovely. Then place one here as well. get another one. I don't know where my son's going. Where you going? Yeah. Where to? Okay. Sometimes it just goes without telling me and then I start panicking. Do you do that, guys? With your children, they say, oh, I'm just nipping out. Or they just go and then you wonder, you think, where they gone? And again, place one here. Movement there. Let's have a look and bring another one here. And another one at the bottom area here as well. So I don't need those. So that is all our floral and our lovely pretty flowers placed in. So now I've got these. So that I have to take into consideration where the bow is. So I can either place one here. If I just sit it there, guys. I don't want to tear. So I could place one there. I've only got 3. I don't want to overload them with these. And do the triangular position like so. And I think that's what we're going to do. So these have, well, 2 of them, one of them snapped off. But I can show you how to wire them up. They've got wire on. I don't want the wire that long, so we'll cut some of it down. So what I'm going to do is the same. Here comes my cat. Vertical. And it's sitting there. Now this one hasn't got wire on. So get some floral wire, guys. Like so. You can see it's only thin. 22 gauge. And now if I show you where it all opens, that wire's come off. Let's just cut that. Where it's all your that opened up here, get your wire and go right to the bottom. Now keep hold of one end, thread it in and out at the bottom to the lowest point. Once you meet up with the other piece like so, twist. Just twist it so it doesn't come off, and there you have your stem. So you can either, I tend to like to wrap the other piece around so it makes it into one like that, and there is your stem, and then you can just place that in. Has Jordan given you a treat? I can smell that fish on you again. So then place that one there. This one's already got a stem still on it. It came with its own. The other one I accidentally cut off. Oops, no, you can't get there. No. And then that one there. So we've now got our lovely arrangement finished. Doesn't that look pretty? Now I like things like this. It's like a summery cottagey feel, but at the same time, with it having browns in, it could be used as an autumnal theme, or you could keep it all year round, which that's what I've done, is made an all year round one. And you can still see that the Deco mesh as well, so that adds to the colour. So, and it's on the in and outside, so I've not put too much on the inside because I still wanted to see our Deco mesh, because by covering it, I don't see the point of putting it in if you're going to just cover it completely. I like to still see it, you know, but I have done it before where I've had to cover it, but you know, it doesn't matter. I think they're all beautiful no matter what, whatever style you like. And then we've got all of our wispy bits. So we've got our wild flower, we've got our gerberas, I think that's tarrogan. I can't remember what these are, guys, little seed heads. And you've got our roses, you've got our spiky fern, you've got our acer plant, you've got our fiddlehead fern for movement, and our eucalyptus silver dollar, and you've also got these baby eucalyptus, and then you've got your calla lilies, and then your little bits of grasses with the pods on as well. And then you've also got your ribbon, your beautiful ribbon. Again, it's not overdone, it's just a small one. And then you have, I don't know what this is called, that oh, I do, maidenhead. Sorry, not maidenhair fern like the fern that I use. This is maidenhead. So we've got that in it as well. So, and then obviously these also we've just placed in. And then your little bow, where I've made the bow, because we're using Deco mesh, I've used Deco webbing for the bow and some web ribbon there. And the only thing I've just placed in one ribbon, which is the ombre one, just to add a bit of full, you know, a full colour without it being see-through. So then people will spot that, and then their eye will catch the Deco web ribbon as well. So that is how to do a lovely, lovely arrangement with Deco mesh. So I'm going to place it on my easel. Let me just set it up. And then I'm going to place the camera upwards. You're a bit late, Marley. You've missed the school lesson. Yes. Yes. You've missed it. And that looks really super full. Now, I haven't placed any hook on here. You can either place on a wired hook, any hook you wish. I've got string, and plus it's perfect for the colour that we've used. So no, you're not playing with this. So I fold it in half and then loop that around. So I'll just go under, come through. Here we go, look. You see some wispy bits. Don't chew them. So I've attached that on. Molly, no, come on out Mummy's way. I've attached that on like so. And then I'll just tie a knot again, just to make a small hook, and then pull it tight so it won't come open. And then cut the excess off. And as you can see, there is no stems that have come through the back. It's still all the spruce, and then you've still got the spruce at the back that I've left here, what will sit on your door and it won't scratch anything. So that is perfect. So you've got your cushion there for your door, and then you turn it over and you've got all of your pretty beautiful arrangement. So I'm just going to place that on the easel. And then I'm going to bring that here, and then I'm going to bring up the camera. Oh, I think the easel's a bit too forward. Gosh. One moment, guys. Oh, gosh, I don't know my own strength. That's better. There we go. So I'm just going to alter the camera. And I'm going to bring it back a little. I don't know if I had to zoom out. Let's zoom out and then bring the camera forward. So guys, that is our project for today. Doesn't it look beautiful? Very pretty, and I think it's very feminine, if I'm being quite honest. I think if I placed that on my door and I was a stranger and I walk by, you'd think, you could tell that's a lady's touch. I mean, I'm not being sexist here. Men love pretty colours. I know a gentleman who loves pinks. He loves pinks, purples. What's the other colour he likes? I can't remember if it's like the cerise or the candy purple, something like pink, something like that. But he loves pink and purples. So he'll probably like this if he saw it. But doesn't that look very summery as well, even though it's an all year round? I've added the cones to give you that feeling that it can also be an autumnal thing, the arrangement. That's why I brought the cones out and decided to add those in to give it that feeling, and also to use the brown or the beige, should I say, deco mesh with the purple, so it can be an all year round, and it's got browns and purples and beiges, and yeah, it looks lovely. I quite like this, and that would look really, really superb sat on your door. So if you give it a go on a spruce one, guys, now you know that you don't need to have it on a frame, a wired frame. Even though I've got wired frames, I thought, I did actually get it out, but then I thought to myself, no, you know what? I'm going to show the people how to do it on a spruce. I know majority of you probably know, but just for the beginners who aren't sure, and for Mrs. Wilson as well, you know, to show her a different way. She may probably know, but just then, you know, to do the tutorial on showing you for the beginners. And you could do, if you wanted, just half of it in a crescent, and the other half put a big bow on there or a sign. You haven't got to go all the way around like I have, because it's spruce. That doesn't mean you've got to use the whole of the spruce wreath. Again, you can use it like you would a deco mesh, grapevine wreath, sorry, by placing a sign and a bow on one side and your florals on the other, or your bow here, a few florals and a big sign. You know, you can do it exactly the same as a grapevine wreath, but on a spruce. And plus, I find the spruces are much, much easier. You know, so, and if you have trouble with the, you know, health issues with your hands, use something, where have I got them, to wrap around things. Use something like your bent nose pliers or just straight pliers to help wrap things around if you can't get right under because you have health issues. I wouldn't want you to hurt yourselves, guys, and end up in pain. That can't be very nice. I mean, I suffer with arthritis, and there's times when I've done bows and my hands are in agony, and it's not nice. So I wouldn't wish it on anybody. So what turned out to be a 12-inch wreath will more than likely probably be over a 24-inch wreath now it's finished. So it's quite big. It looks beautiful. It looks soft to look at. All year round, you can place it out whenever you like, and it's for men and women. Isn't that great? I love it when men love pastels. It's lovely, instead of the reds and the oranges. Like my husband, he likes reds, oranges and yellows, and I say, what about pink? He's like, no. But me, oh, I think it's lovely when guys like pinks. So I hope you give it a go, guys. Have good fun doing it, and I hope you enjoy it. Again, just wrap everything around the spruce, and then when you're gluing things in, start to glue your first foliage onto where the deco mesh is, and then, you know, where the spruce is wrapped around the deco mesh, glue things onto that, and then once you've gone around a couple of times, then start gluing your stems onto the stems that you've already put in, and then it builds it up, because you can bend your stems into a position by just gluing them somewhere else, and you might think, well, I've glued that onto there, I don't want that there, I want it further down. Bend it down. At least you've glued it onto something else, and it becomes stronger because there's more glue building up. So have fun again. So please subscribe, share and like. Have a wonderful weekend, guys, because I won't be here tomorrow. Me and Marley, we won't be here. Busy day tomorrow, so enjoy your weekend. Have fun. I've got to also do an order for tomorrow, but then I've got to do paperwork, and then I want to go through some of my buckets again. So I only did the greenery. I haven't done the florals yet. There's too many florals to think about. But again, have fun, guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Take care of yourselves. Good health. And I hope you keep creating and you give everything a go that you've come up with. And make it beautiful, as I know you surely will. So, all the best. Have a wonderful time. And again, please subscribe to your friends. Share as well to the world, the globe, anywhere. And I'll see you bright and early Monday morning. All the best, guys. Say bye, Marley. Say bye. Say bye-bye. Bye for now, guys. Take care. Right, we'll just have a quick close-up. Doesn't that look pretty? Even from the camera. So, there is your tarrogan. There's your spiky fern with your beautiful pale rose and your wildflower. It looks slightly orangey, peachy coloured coral, but it's not. It's very like a browny coral, I guess. There's your acer plant. Your cones there. Your lovely gerberas as well. And then you've got your baby eucalyptus. You've got your silver dollar eucalyptus. You've got your maidenhead fern. You've got your beautiful calla lillies. Your fiddlehead fern as well. And your grasses there with the pods on also. So, and these little seed heads, look. So, and then that lovely ribbon where, move your body, Marley, where you can see the ombre look, where it's pink and purple mixed together. And then you've got your Deco web in the pale pink and then the dark purple. And then you've got the woven as well. So, again, and also your tan coloured Deco mesh and then also your lilac. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. I hope you give it a go. Again, I've got all of, let's say, these flowers at the bottom, 3 rows to go through, and also all of these to go through as well. So, busy weekend, I guess. So, all the best. Marley says bye, even though he's licking himself again. So, take care, everybody. And I'll see you on Monday. Bye for now.